Hello Internet, Rishi here, and I'm here to teach you how to live. So I was thinking about what I wanted this channel to be about, what I wanted it to be, what I wanted it to stand for, and the type of videos that I wanted to post and what I wanted to talk about. Now I've mentioned this before, and mostly it's about uh, self-improvement and how to be better and how to always want to improve yourself. And that could be internally, externally, whatever, but it's about being better. And that's not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone in the world feels that way. Not everybody wants to do better and be better. But then there are other people that makes up part of their DNA. It's who they are. They always that's all they care about is being a better person. And that's probably the type of person that this channel is going to be for. That I think the key is to when it comes to self-improvement, I think one of the keys is to always have the ability to check yourself. And what I mean by that is always be willing to and have the ability to self-evaluate. Self-evaluate and be critical in that evaluation. And what I mean by that is always go inside yourself. The things that you do in your life, the way you think, the actions that you take. Always be willing to look at them yourself and think, well, should I have done that? Did I do that right? How can I improve it? Always be willing to, I suppose, always be willing to critically evaluate it. Now that might mean at times you're putting yourself down, and that's okay. You should do that. In fact, you should be your own worst critic. Never let anybody else in the world be more critical of you than you are. If you're your own worst critic, then actually what happens is you empower yourself to be able to control your life. Other people have less control over who you are, how you feel. I think they call that an internal locus of control. That's what you want to aim for. So you want to be. Look. So for me, for example, if somebody comes up to me and has a go at me, they can have a go at me, and that's fine. And I might take on board what they say. But what I also know is that you're not as critical about me as I am about myself. So whatever you say, okay, whatever. But I am in control of what I feel because I know that I want to be the best person that I can be. So if I have made a mistake or I have done something wrong, then I'm going to feel it. And I do, and I really do. I suppose it's important though when you are critical on yourself and when you are your own worst critic, don't live in that place. Don't get too down on yourself. Quickly identify the problem and then address it by doing something about it. Make a step to change. Do something, anything, but do something about it. Don't just keep identifying your flaws and not doing anything about it. You'll just get down on yourself, and it's pointless anyway. But yeah, always be willing to check yourself. I think I quite like sports analogies, but if you think about like in sports, I think some of the best players, you've got good players, then you've got the best players. And I think some of the best players, the reason that they're the best players is because they hold themselves to such a high standard that nobody else can match up to it. And I think that's what pushes people that extra bit further. So whatever it is that you do in life, whether it's business or whatever you do for work or whether it's in your personal life, whatever it is, if you hold yourself to such a high standard that you want to always be doing better, don't get down if you don't reach it. Just always, always be striving to reach it, if that makes sense. How do you do that? Well, I think first thing, always be honest with yourself. Never ever lie. Never ever lie to yourself anyway. I say don't ever lie to anybody, but that's up to you. But never ever lie to yourself. That's the worst that you can do. Never rationalize your bad behavior. If you make and by bad behavior, what I mean is like you decide what sort of person you want to be, and then you sort of go in that direction. But if you fall off the wagon, if you stray from the path that you want to be on, okay, it's a mistake. You can call that bad behavior or whatever you want to call it. But whenever you do that, don't make excuses for it. Don't rationalize it. Be willing to be honest with yourself and think, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Stupid thing to do. I won't do that again. Or be willing to accept it. I find a lot of people, a lot of people will rationalize their behavior because it's too painful. It's too painful sometimes to look inside yourself and think, well, I shouldn't have done that. Ask yourself why you did it. If you really want to make those changes, be completely honest with yourself. Always be willing to strip yourself bare. Now, and not physically, I mean, in your mind, strip yourself down in your mind and figure out what it is, who you are, what you want. And that can be difficult, and it can be hard sometimes, to look at yourself in the mirror when you've done something that you feel you should have done, something that embarrasses you or that you're ashamed of. And to be completely open and honest with yourself, it can be difficult. That's why it's easier. It's easier to rationalize it and to make excuses. Sometimes other people make excuses for us. I know I've done some things that I should have done in the past or that I feel bad about, and my friends and family have kind of just brushed it off, overlooked it. They thought, oh yeah, but that's just Rishi. He's a nice guy. He didn't mean it, or they overlooked my bad behaviour because there's lots of other positive things about me, and that's why they're my friends, and that's why they're my family, and that's why they care about me. But that doesn't mean that I should live. That doesn't mean I should do that. I should, just because other people let me get away with stuff, I shouldn't let myself get away with it. And that would be the worst thing to do. So always be willing to be 100% honest with yourself. That's the key. And then once you are honest with yourself, then be willing to work hard and make those changes. But also understand that on this road to self-improvement, it's not a straight line. It doesn't just go, you're here and you want to be here and you just get there. No, that's not how it works. You'll go up and down along the way. It's a journey, and a journey that will hopefully, you'll pick up loads of new experiences. You'll learn things along the way that you didn't realise. And you get smarter along the way, as long as you're open to it. And that's the other thing. So be honest with yourself and be open to changes. Be open to change direction. Be open. Don't be too rigid in your. Be firm in your mindset. But don't be rigid in it. Don't be. What's the word? Don't be stubborn. In your mind. Be willing to accept changes as they come into your life. That's how you can really truly grow. I think that's an important lesson that we all need to learn. So anyway, just a thought for today. Subscribe here. There'll be more coming, and I will be talking to you about all sorts of things, and just wait and see what they are.